So I was recording an episode with Mark Szymanski today over on the WP Minute podcast channel, which is youtube.com/@WP Minute Podcasts. I actually don't even know if I qualify for the @ handle on that one because it has such a low subscriber count. But if you search for WP Minute Podcasts on YouTube, you'll find it. And we're talking about AI, as we often do. That series of shows that I do with Mark is sort of a, I don't know, melting pot of different topics, largely WordPress, largely freelancing and entrepreneurship, business building, content creation, and AI. And because, kind of everything's AI these days. I'm trying to really pin down my stance on AI as somebody who is excited for it, but also skeptical about it. And the real skepticism comes from this massive consolidation of power and money and control in the AI space, which is not surprising when you look at other industries in the world, which are, of course, tech, medical, science, weapons, energy. You have this financial, this massive, sway of power and money, which ultimately leads to somebody pulling the levers that you don't have control over. And when you put that hypothesis alongside sort of technology and how the innovation of technology, at least in my opinion, begins to slow down after its initial, boost moment, and you really start to see like innovation slow down and become much more consolidated into those powers that be. And I think, when you looked at the start of consumer AI a couple of years ago, people are laughing at Google, but here we are a few years later, and you're starting to see kind of like Google win naturally just because of their size. OpenAI continues to just like dominate the conversation and the money and the investments and the partnerships, which to me, when you look at this ratio of output / productivity to the amount of money raised, it just seems so off. Like it's so imbalanced. Like the ratio, there's like so much money for not really the greatest thing. And I know like if you are a proponent of AI, you're like, it's only going to get better. Like, look what you could do 2 years ago versus look what you could like what you do now. And imagine in 2 to 5 years. Like I get that point, but I'm really curious if we are really accelerating the biggest overhyped bubble right now. In other words, like, should you have all these free AI platforms or things? Like, look what you can do for free. Oh, look what you can do with $20 a month. Look what you can do with $100 a month. And I really think that we're in for a huge surprise about how much all of this stuff costs. I don't know, for the last 20 years, we saw how false the foundation is for a lot of startups that were raising tens and hundreds of millions of dollars, and the company wasn't even turning a profit, but they were acquiring customers and they were reporting on, monthly active users. And everyone loved that because everyone thought, well, if you could just acquire the most amount of users, then you can do something with those users. Like you could eventually turn a profit. COVID really crushed that. So a lot of businesses go out of business. And before AI, the VCs and the seed investors and the angel investors, nobody was giving any money to anyone because of the uncertainty of the economy. And they were like, well, ain't no way we're going to give money to these people if you're not making any money. So then you heard a lot of like boots on the ground investors saying you have to just turn a profit, which means you just have to do a lot of hard work. Whereas before, people could just compound that money into advertising and marketing and acquisition spend, but not really, run the company profitably, right? Just hire as most talent as you can. And then we had this mass layoff of tech talent around COVID. But there people are just like, oh yeah, we have to cut because we're not profitable. And I'm just looking around going, Are we are we in that right now with AI? It's not AI that I doubt. It's the business model of what's getting us there and then the control of these companies. That's what I doubt the most, because still at the end of the day, I'm using AI during my day-to-day, processes, stuff that I do with content creation and some market research. Maybe if I was in a different field of like bigger business analysis and accounting, maybe AI is really paying off over there on that sector. But I have my doubts because a lot of the trivial things, like in content marketing, or excuse me, in creating content for marketing, or ideating, or outlining, or summarizing, I look at some of the output that AI does, and I'm like, this, who accepts this? Is this acceptable? I mean, some of it's wrong, so I'm having to go through it. Again, the proponents will say, well, you didn't have to write the first draft. I guess. Would it have been better? So I see the flaws that it has for like my mundane, boring, low priority work. And I think to myself, well, where it really matters, like in some high level accounting or scientific study, I mean, how much of like, if it's getting it 0.01% wrong, is that even acceptable in that context? So I just have my doubts. And I said this on the episode with Mark today. Again, I'll link that up if you want to listen to the whole hour-long me grandstanding about this stuff, where Sam Altman put out this blog post about Sora, which is this video creation tool. And again, I know the proponents are going, well, you don't understand. In 5 years, we're going to have completely AI-generated movie experiences. Any kind of movie you want, you can have. And to that I say, great. Do we really, does anyone want that? Like, does anyone really want that? Like when, to put it down into like some other context with, let's say WordPress stuff or building websites, and all these people are doing AI websites, like, oh, you can build whatever you want. But what if I don't know what I want? What if I think what I want is not actually what I need? This is what I get about like AI website building. I'll build whatever you want, just start typing to it. But just show me a template. Let me start with that. I'd rather just like see some options and start with that. So I don't know, maybe in the world of an AI Hollywood, I can start with a theme and then build it with AI from there. I don't know. All I know is I don't understand who needs to, because here's the thing with the video stuff specifically, it takes so much literal and figurative energy and GPU power to the point where I go, do we really need to use all that for this? Like, do you understand what we're doing here? Like, we're building massive data centers with gigawatts of power. I mean, I don't know what OpenAI just from AMD alone needed. They're measuring it now in gigawatts. Like, it's bad enough like billions of dollars don't make any sense anymore when people hear it, and they're just like, oh, that's all you got was $1 billion? Now we're measuring partnerships in gigawatts. Like, that's how much energy we need. For what? For the stupid ass app that shows AI generated videos that we all can just like doom scroll in. Oh, but think about the doom scroll and all of the negativity on TikTok and other social media sites. With this, you could at least have some positive stuff, I guess. I mean, is that even good? I mean, how about a healthy mix of just human stuff? But my point is, in this blog post that Sam Altman writes, I'm going to try to link this up too. It's at blog.samaltman.com. He has a paragraph. The post is Sora update number 1. He has a paragraph. And here it is. Second, we're going to have to somehow make money for video generation. People are generating much more than we expected per user, and a lot of videos are being generated for very small audiences. We're going to try sharing some of this revenue with the rights holders who want their characters generated by users. The exact model will take some trial and error to figure out, but we're going to start very soon. Our hope is that the new kind of engagement is even more valuable. Please expect a very high rate of change, blah, 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 blah. Like, we're going to have to somehow make money for video generation. We are going to have to somehow make money for video generation, says one of the richest guys on the planet, I'd imagine at this point, top 50, with one of the most valued private companies on the planet. Like you're telling me you don't like this is, we're going to have to figure out how we make money. I didn't realize we were going to make this much video. I don't even believe it. This is what I mean. Like you just raised all this money for AI and you're doing all these other deals and partnerships and making hardware. How about you just focus on one thing? And these are the little tells along the way that make me go, man, we are spread so thin. In the case of OpenAI, it feels like we're just spread so thin. We're just trying everything. You have so much money that you're trying everything, and you don't care because you know you'll just go get more money regardless. Like this machine is let loose. Like why are we already building stuff for creating videos when like coding is still not 100%? One thing at a time. Content creation. How does this like enrich my life? Here's what I like about AI. I love that it can just consume a bunch of information and data, hopefully make the right decisions based on the things that I need to improve let's just keep it in the professional career category for now, and help me get my tasks done. That's what I really need. I need that. I need it to be a true assistant. And I don't have a true assistant yet, nor do I see the building blocks of an assistant coming together. You could make the case that with OpenAI's new automation kit, agent kit, I believe it's called, you could say, okay, with that, you're starting to build the building blocks of a true assistant, but and with the connections of other apps. But it's just like, what? But I feel like I'm in the self-checkout line with this stuff. Like, I'm building it. I need you to do this for me. Like I came here to buy this from you. You're profiting and you're making me do the work. And I get it. It's iterating on the software. It's iterating on this frontier that a lot of people haven't been to yet. But I just can't keep thinking about seeing this in tech, in startups, in software, in big money businesses. I feel like it's playing out the same failed framework from years ago, but this time at an insane acceleration of speed and an insane multiple of money. So I'm not against it. Once again, just to round this off and close out this discussion, I am not against the AI, like AI or using AI or the hopeful advantages that AI gives us. What I am against is how these companies are going to execute against this while they consolidate and jockey for position in control, in rights, in ownership, in governance, at the literal like U.S. and other country government level. I'm forgetting the word right now when they go and they advocate on Capitol Hill for all this stuff. It's that consolidation of power. And I also think that it's that consolidation and that competitiveness that actually kind of slows down like what could happen. Like you almost don't want to show your cards too soon, because that's the thing in startup world. Like if you get to a market too soon, you become the one that fails. I mean, remember Jasper AI? Again, this is like consumer AI, which might have hit more in the name in the zeitgeist a few years ago. So Jasper.ai. And yeah, I mean, it looks pretty big now and it looks like they're doing a bunch of things. But I mean, how many people are still saying go to Jasper to write blog posts when a lot of this stuff is now just done natively in your favorite LLM? You know, how long until these guys get scooped up? So anyway, that's the ratio that I'm not too thrilled with in this whole AI thing. Let me know what you think. Tweet at me, send me a message on LinkedIn, leave a comment on this YouTube video. Did I say email me? Email me, Matt at the WP Minute. Go to thewpminute.com/contact.